Hey y'all, I hope you're having a great weekend. As I mentioned in my last video, I got some fun eyebrow pencils. I think these are actually multi-purpose pencils to practice my Diona look, and I thought while I have all of this different variety, why don't I just play with them and see what kind of fun eyebrow looks that we can do. I also got this palette recently for a new photo shoot that's coming up, and it's just got a ton of yummy colors in it, so I thought that I could use this to help with filling in my brows. I've also got my coffee. I have blueberry cake donut, and so I am all ready to go with these eyebrows. Let's see how they go.
So I didn't do too much pre-planning, but when I picked up these green pencils, I thought, why not do something really thick and foresty? So that's what you'll see me doing here. Took a little bit to get cover. I really had to go back and forth on the actual hairs themselves to get them to be as green as I wanted. But I did end up doing a pretty good job with the pencils and the powder combined. That's me deciding that it wasn't thick enough and I needed to go over it a little more. Okay, so now I pick up the red pencil, and for this one I thought to contrast I would do something a little thinner, like almost leaning into a 20s brow with a rounder front tip. The red did cover quite quickly, so this one took me a little less time. Filled it in with a little bit of powder just to give it a little extra. What do you think? Who would these eyebrows be good for? I'm gonna go off the cuff and say Krampus versus the Grinch. Okay, so for the next one I pick up the purple pencil, and I thought a S curve for this one would be good, like an S brow. So I go a little bit over my natural brow and sort of try to shape them into this S shape without doing any, glue over or anything. I add quite a bit of powder to this one to give it dimension. I do kind of like a purpley pink and another purple powder to add a little whoosh. This feels like a perfect villain eyebrow to me. Oh, blueberry cake donut break. Okay, so the next one I went with metallics, and I thought that this one would be fun to do a really sharp brow arch. So that the goal with this one is to do a strong brow arch with the metallics. The metallics were definitely the hardest to get cover for. I went over and over and over them with the pencils trying to make it right, but I ended up feeling like I really needed some powders, and I didn't have the right powders in this new palette. So in a minute here you'll see me going to grab some other products that I already owned. Yep, there they are. It's an Urban Decay palette, as well as a couple other things I'll detail in the description of the video. One of them I don't even think I have the name for. It's something I've just owned forever. So once I added in those powders, I got a much better effect. I was becoming much happier with it. Do a little touch up on the foundation, and what do you think? I'm gonna call this hero versus villain. Okay, so here's where I start trying to really go for those Diona eyebrows. I've never done glue down eyebrows before, as I'll mention later in the video, so this was really tricky. Start by brushing them down and gluing the brows downward, and then brushing them up and gluing them up in order to create a flat surface. On the first brow, I forgot to powder right after they started drying. I put the foundation on first, and it really screwed me up. On the other brow, I did it correctly. As you can see, I'm just trying this brow over and over again. It's really giving me a lot of trouble. The texture is just not what I want, but this one is doing sort of okay. So I'm going over with my foundation, trying that other brow again, giving it another go. You can sort of see the frustration building on my face. Okay, so I'm going in with my pink on this brow. I've decided that it's kind of the best I'm going to get for the moment. Diona has those short, spiky at the ends, rounded at the fronts eyebrows.
So here's where I ended up with trying these Diona eyebrows. Not where I wanted to be, but this is how it really is with cosplay. You have to do a lot of trial and error. This was my first time trying glued down eyebrows. As you can see, I didn't do that great of a job with it. You can still sort of see my eyebrow under here, and this eyebrow just defeated me. But I want to show you guys that I can learn and you can learn, and it takes practice. Like I'm going to be doing this a bunch of times between now and when I finish the cosplay so that I can nail it. And I'll share those progress pictures with you and maybe some progress videos so you guys can see. But yeah, this is where I'm at. This is my first Diona eyebrow. First of many. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for checking out all these crazy eyebrow looks and attempts at eyebrow looks, and we'll get there together. Just hang in there with me on this journey to Diona.